Hello everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am the Sipping Tea, and today I'm going to talk to you all about the news and updates for this week, starting the 23rd of August 2022. So, without further delay, let's get into it. So to start things off, we have a brand new Tier 8 premium vehicle. It is a British heavy, referred to as the Caliban. So that should be relatively interesting for those of you who enjoy your Tier 8 premium heavies. Now, this tank does have some pretty impressive stats to it. Not least of all the fact that it has a two-shot autoloader option. You can also select the single fire gun, so something to keep in mind then if you are getting this tank is that it does come with two gun options which you can change out in the garage. Something that is going to be quite impressive about this particular tank is the fact that in terms of the penetration of the gun, it comes with two different types of shell. The penetration for the Hesh rounds is 180 millimeters, and then you get the APCR rounds as well, which comes with a penetration of 292, which is really impressive for a Tier 8 heavy. The damage for those shells respectively are 850 and 600, which again is immense. Where it does fall down a little bit, of course, there has to be balance to it, and that is going to be in form of the aim time, which is 4.1 seconds, the accuracy, which is 0.58, and the reload time, which is 40 seconds. So that is quite a long time to reload on that, without a shadow of a doubt. So something to keep in mind there if you go for that tank. I think it's going to be very popular, as it does have all the hallmarks of a very overpowered tank for Tier 8. Moving on from that, we have yet another new Mercenary Contract available. So from today through until the 27th of September, you can earn the Tier 6 Long Reach Heavy Tank. Opinions on this one will be divided, I think. I mean, the gun, at least, the 122 millimeters, is going to be no doubt reasonably good, at least in terms of damage, but I do know that there are some people out there that aren't particularly fond of that tank. But nonetheless, I think for the most part, some of these, especially with, say, for instance, last week's edition of the Caboose, which is just a Tier 3, a lot of people will probably go for these for the sake of actually collecting them all, as opposed to perhaps any real intent to play them for a long period of time. Moving on from there, we have the challenges and events. So there's an early start challenge. This probably won't be applicable to most of us here, but basically if you are a commander who has just started out, so if your account is 30 days old or less, then you will enjoy an additional 50% vehicle XP and silver bonus on all the battles that you play. That is week long, so that will end on the 30th of August. This available for multiplayer and co-op. From there, we have a double silver week. So this will be available to everyone. It doesn't matter how long you've played the game. So basically, upon completing one of the following, you will be rewarded with an additional 100% silver bonus. So basically, it's ×2 silver boost. So the criteria is deal at least 500 damage to enemy tanks in a battle, deal at least 500 spotting assist damage to enemy tanks in a battle, or detect 2 or more enemy tanks in a surviving battle. So long as you do at least one of those things, which should be quite easy for the vast majority of us, then you will be rewarded at the end of that battle with an additional 100% silver earn. So again, that's basically a ×2 silver boost built in. Moving on from there, we have the continuation of the the theme of the premium bonus. So this is premium bonus 12, starting today through until the 6th of September. Starting from tier 5 on all three of these, you've got the Polish medium line in World War II, the Russian Object 268 tank destroyer line, and finally, in Cold War, we have the Western Alliance Bradley line. So if you play any of those tanks in regards to World War II, if you play them from tier 5, or indeed with the Cold War option, if you play them from the Sheridan going up, then you will receive an additional 50% bonus to both vehicle XP and silver. So again, that ends on the 6th of September. Moving on from there, we've got the weekly sales. This time around, it does look reasonably good. I must say, from my at least personal point of view, nothing is too horrifically expensive or anything. I think they've managed to keep it all. There's nothing that's really any more expensive than 11,000 gold at the very top. So the NM116 loaded, that is of course the Era 1 premium tank destroyer. You can get that plus the Predator skin for that vehicle for 11,105 gold. That is the most expensive bundle by far. So yeah, that's a very, very good tank, and the skin, I've not actually seen that skin, but nonetheless it's a tank that I personally enjoy playing quite a lot. So yeah, that skin may well be quite a nice addition to that. From there, we do have various other options. It's a real mixed bag between World War II and Cold War this time around, which is nice to see. Nice to see that they're actually catering to both sides right there. Really, I would say just take a look at the store, see if any of the tanks on sale will take your fancy. It's a 50% saving across the board, with the exception of that NM116 loaded bundle where it's just 10%. So it could well be worth your attention right there. Moving straight along to the personal offers or super savings, whatever you wish to call them these days. Basically, upon earning 8,000, 20,000 or 40,000 XP, you will unlock a 50% saving on the following tanks. That is the American Tier 8 M46 Patton KR medium tank, the Mercenary Tier 8 Trinity Mark II medium tank, and finally the Japanese Tier 8 Senshi STA2 medium tank. The STA2, keep in mind, is actually a preferential matchmaking tank, so that is perhaps worth your consideration there if you don't already have it. Moving on from there, we go into the weekly reminders for the contracts. So keep in mind that each one of these contracts I'm going to mention, you will be able to buy out using gold. You'll be able to buy out the contracts in an additional week beyond what I'm about to say, but you will not be able to actually earn them in the usual sense. However, if you wish to actually earn them, then the Jammer ends on the 29th of August, the Cruncher ends on the 10th of October, the Tusk ends on the 14th of November, and finally the Chisel ends on the 19th of December. A reminder again about the T95 E257 variant, that medium tank, which is an earn-op and has been since the 2nd of August. That comes to an end on the 6th of September. The Mythology keycards, which came to us last week, ends on the 13th of September. And, well, that is more or less the meat of it all. We do, of course, still have the daily battle challenge, which started last week and ends on the 11th of October, where if you earn 250 or more XP in any battle every single day that you log in, you will be able to get the German Tier 9 Kampfpanzer 50T medium tank. Really good tank. Came out a few years ago in a hold down position. That tank is exceptionally good. The turret is amazing. Yeah, do earn that. It's super easy. Basically, you just need to log in and, well, frankly, just play one game because, well, you only need 250 XP. So go ahead and get stuck into that one and get yourself a free premium tank, which will no doubt yield a decent amount of gold if you've already got it, given that it is a tier 9. Well, that is it for this week's instalment of the news. Hopefully you prefer it to be in this relatively shorter format. I can skim it down a little bit more from this, even by not talking about certain things such as the mercenary contracts, for instance, that are due to expire. But otherwise, just leave your feedback in the comments section below. Congratulations to the winners of the 100 subscriber special that I did all of last week. At time of recording, I have still to announce the winner for Sunday's video, but nonetheless, that shall actually be done later on today, this Tuesday. So I will announce that on Twitter, and of course, if you're not on Twitter and you happen to have won, then you will be receiving the 7 days of premium, which is the final prize, as a nice surprise. And you go, oh, I must have won. But yeah, otherwise, please do check out my Twitch account and follow me on there. Check out Patreon if you can donate to me to assist me in making these videos full time. Then happy days, more power to you, and thank you ever so much for doing so. Tragic Nemesis, of course, thank you ever so much for your continued support in that regard. And if you're not subscribed already to the channel here, please do hit subscribe, because future giveaways will be a thing, and one of the criteria that it needs to be met is that you must be subscribed to the channel in order to be eligible. So hit the subscribe button. It's completely free, so why wouldn't you? And it will only be a good thing for you in future when entering into my competitions. So, with all that being said, thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll catch you next time.